Doctors under the aegis of the Nigerian Medical Association Lagos chapter have begun a 3-day warning strike for Monday in protest of salary deductions and alleged irregularities by the Lagos state government. The doctors under the aegis of the Medical Guild declared the strike after unsuccessful attempts at dialogue with the relevant authorities. The warning strike is expected to end at 8 a.m. on Thursday, July the 31st, 2025. Speaking at a press conference at the Guild Secretariat in Lagos, Chairman of the Medical Guild, Dr. Japhet Olubogi, explained that the dispute began in April 2025 when the government unilaterally implemented salary deductions affecting all medical and dental practitioners in its employ.
Well, he disclosed that the deducted funds were later reversed following what he described as spirited intervention and strategic engagement. A 6-member conciliation committee set up had agreed to maintain the status quo pending a final decision from the state. However, the Guild accused the Lagos State Treasury Office of breaching the agreement when it implemented another round of deductions in July. This prompted the union to declare the warning strike and demand for something to be done. Well, joining us to discuss this is Chairman of Nigerian Medical Association Lagos State Chapter, Dr. Saheed Babajide. Good morning to you, Dr. Saheed, and thank you so much for taking time out to speak to us. Let's quickly understand the grievances. Could you walk us through the specific salary deductions that we've mentioned here, especially from your own end, so that we can get a clearer picture of what really happened, and also tell us what is really triggering this strike? Is it just the salary deductions, or is it the way and manner that the doctors have been treated as well?
No, thank you, viewer. Good morning, viewer. Thank you, the anchor of this program. The issue is a very simple issue. It's unfortunate that some civil servants in the public sector are really creating problems for the loving governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu. He has tremendously improved the health sector in Lagos State, and he has taken the remuneration of workers in Lagos State at very highest level in terms of giving to the health worker, especially doctors. To be frank with you, it is him that gave 3 medical associations in Lagos State land to have their permanent secretariats. And also any remuneration we take to him, he always approve it. Therefore, we have to be very sincere with ourselves at this level. But unfortunately, some agency, MDA of the Lagos State government had not created this problem. And the problem is due to the deduction of part of the salary of July this year, 2025. In April 2025, the same year, a lot of money was deducted from the doctors, almost ex-workers, but especially doctors. We have to have some engagement with the government agency through Mr. Governor, through the head of service, through the Commissioner for Health and Finance, and Accountant General of the state. And the money was paid back. But the money was deducted 23rd of April, was paid back in 30th of April. We thought the issue had been resolved. There was a meeting, there are several meetings between the government and the medical guild, which is the association under Lagos State employed doctor, and also with the Nigerian Medical Association separately. And our issue is that the money should not be deducted. What they said was that Lagos State doctors are being paid more than the federal counterparts in the state. And we said yes, because of the nature of the governor. This is what I meant. When federal being paid more than the Lagos State employed doctor, we went to the governor. Governor approved it, what we call retention allowance. to balance the gap between the federal and the state, which we are so happy with it and enjoy that privilege from the governor. After that, the issue of minimum wage came in. Everybody knows that federal is paying 70,000 as minimum wage, while Lagos State is paying 80,000 as minimum wage. And the minimum wage, the federal, every state they are paying is adjustment of minimum wage. As higher you are, the lower the percentage you get from that minimum wage. That's the disadvantage of this minimum wage. Now, from Lagos State government now realize that the higher level, 16, 15, 17, if you scale it down, they will get a very low amount, and the effect of minimum wage will not be felt. And what the governor did was that to increase the percentage for those levels in order to appreciate what will be given to them. From there, we now see that the minimum wage a worker is getting in Lagos, it will be higher than minimum wage a federal is getting. From that, if you now look at the first thing the governor did, is to make sure that there's equality between the amount being paid at federal and state. That was the pension allowance. But now, because of the minimum wage now, you now see that there will be increment in Lagos, in doctor working in Lagos than the federal. And they told them that is the problem, not because they are giving us another money. No, the minimum wage is cut across all workers, not only for the doctor. And I told them that what you are calculating is wrong. All allowances are being given according to our demand, not that somebody is there or manipulating figure. We had a meeting with the accountant general, we had a meeting, and we thought that this would have been resolved. Until when July, because Lagos already pays salary on the 23rd of every month, we now saw that the amount had been deducted again, ranging between 30,000 to 280 or 300,000, as higher your level is. We now felt that this is an insult to us. Our members are not happy, especially in the situation where Nigerian doctors are living in droves of different places because of poor remuneration. At this time, you don't think any government agency should advise the governor to do such at this time. What we are even at the national level, we don't have what they call it, emergency delegate meeting at Abuja at the national level because of some of these issues. And doctor, the young one, they don't have trust in the health system. In the sense that a level 12, 13, 14 officer of a doctor cannot get a better rate in Lagos. You have to go to the suburb of Lagos.
Now, Dr. Babajide, if I may come in here, you've spoken quite extensively on the issues with the Lagos State government. You also mentioned that some agencies in the Lagos State government and MDAs are the ones creating this problem, that the governor is very friendly towards the plight of medical practitioners in Lagos State. Could you kindly name the agencies that are responsible for these problems that you highlighted, and the percentage of deductions and the reasons given, just beyond the fact that they said, the counterparts in other states aren't earning up to what Lagos State employed medical doctors are earning. So what agencies are responsible for these deductions? Have you made your concerns known to them? What percentage, and also the reasons for the deductions?
As I said earlier, number one is the Ministry of Establishment and Finance. This is what we call in Lagos SO, State Treasury Office. Those are the people involved in this. Because they feel that the doctor have been paid, especially the State Treasury Office, through the auditing department. They audited the fact that they are being paid more. And we told them that's no reason. And the reason is that Lagos State doctors have been paid more than their counterparts in the federal at the state, like Lund, like Igbobi, like National Hospital, Igbobi. that you have a psychiatric hospital. Never that will not be reason. And I said, the percentage, if you look at the amount being deducted from level 12 to level 17, is between 20,000 to 250 or 300,000. At level 17, from 200,000 to about 280,000, they move down one within a month. And when there were expectations from the doctor, it's very, very unfair. That's bad. And we told them that the main problem of this is the minimum wage. There is difference between minimum wage of Lagos State and minimum wage of federal government. And the minimum wage of Lagos is higher than that of federal government. From that minimum wage, it makes the Lagos State worker earn more than the federal because of the nature of the governor. Governor said if he have more money, he will pay more than what he's even paying. Why people creating problem for the system? When you also have a peaceful asset, when last the bill go on strike? And if you take if there's any relation, we go to the governor. Governor, we are said to I'm very sure of that. Why people go and look for trouble when there's no trouble? Now, the responsibility is the responsibility of the Ministry of Health, be led by the Commissioner for Health, to make sure that this correction is made in conjunction with the head of service. It's a simple thing. They should resolve the problem. They do not put the problem on the governor. The problem is simple.
All right. Let me also find out something. If you say that these monies are removed, you mentioned from 20,000 to 250,000. It was removed initially and then it was replaced up until July and so on. And now you've embarked on a 3-day warning strike. Don't you think that maybe you should put a call through to maybe try and reach out to the governor and have a one-on-one sit down with him, or better still the commissioner, so that these things can be addressed rather than go for an outright strike for 3 days? Because I mean, health and people's lives would be at risk.
Yes, thank you, sir. The thing that nobody likes strike. You are not strike monger. It can affect anybody. There's nobody that's immune to illness. Anything can happen to me, can happen to anybody. Everybody likes strike. You don't just go on strike because you want to go on strike. No. People are supposed to do what they're supposed to do. When this thing happened in April this year, we didn't go on strike. We called these necessary people. The Commissioner for Health, Head of Service is aware, Accountant General is aware, Commissioner for Establishment is aware. Even we went to the highest level that we can don't want to talk about. To resolve this issue, we felt that everything had been resolved. And when I saw one table that they want to remove that money from a particular allowance or comments allowance, we told them, don't remove this money from the comment allowance. It is abnormal. It doesn't make any sense. We explained to them how this allowance came up. And they felt that it is not true. Unfortunately, there is no proper record in the system. If there is a proper record in the system, they should follow how this money is being given. Fortunately for us, we are part of the system, how this money is being given. And we understand everything. We can tell them, we told them, but they don't want to listen to us. Now, as you said, the issue has been discussed with the Commissioner for Health, the Permanent Secretary, the Minister of Health. Letter has been given to the Commissioner for Staff, to the Commissioner for Finance, to Head of Service. They know about this. And yesterday, a meeting was held by this Head of Service, the Commissioner for Health, or the Director of the Staff, through Zoom with the medical guild, which is the Medical Association under the auspices of Lagos State Employee Doctor. Therefore, and I felt yesterday the issue should have been resolved. It's not issue. Even this strike should have been averted yesterday. If government is serious, it's a simple thing. You heard you are looking at our table, you are looking at everything. I don't think this thing can lead to loss of life. Because everybody needs here. Some people need clinic today. Some people need to be operated. Anything can happen. And if people follow life, I don't think this simple issue, can lead to this strike. If the agency that's supposed to do the right thing.
Now, Dr. Babajide, you've clearly told us that you've exhausted all means of negotiations. You had meetings with the stakeholders involved, and that you are not strike mongers. Therefore, you had exhausted all means and decided to go on the strike. Now, having gone on the strike, are there any provisions for emergency medical services during this period? How do you ensure lives are not endangered while making your point?
We are not saying there cannot be, we are not that bad. If there's anything that we need to do at that particular time to save life, but the thing is that they go to federal institution, non-government institution to get service. But a patient that we cannot just tell them to go without providing, resuscitating them and do a bit to to do for them. That's the passion of the work. We are not wicked. I see somebody that wants to tell the person to go. No, we are not that wicked.
So what happens if the government doesn't respond to your demands by 8 a.m. on Thursday?
The Congress of Medical will be called. We can also lead to the Congress of the Nigerian Medical Association, and there may be, first of all, a total shutdown by the doctor working in Lagos State. Later, all the doctor in Lagos State will follow. If or the strike will start from the strike will start from Lagos State employed doctor, which they are doing now. Later, the whole doctor in the state will join, but also depends on the Congress. The decision lies with the Congress. The decision of the Congress is supreme, and that's why I'm saying that the strike can be averted within seconds. I'm talking. If government reverse the money now and people are getting a lot, how much is the money? How much is the money that we are creating problem in the life of people to be lost like this? No, how much money the life of people to lose like this? It doesn't make any sense at all. We are not even talking about salary. The deduction we are talking about. And what the government should do, let them get the alert. Our member will go back. We value our member, we value our work. It's a noble work. We don't even like not giving service to our people. Private stock, people like it. And we are told that if you do this, we are going to go on strike. And somebody said did it. I don't know how we are thinking in this country. Do you have feeling? Do you have empathy for people? Please, I'm using this opportunity to talk to our respected governor of Lagos State, Dr. Governor, should intervene immediately and tell them, order them to pay the money. The money is there, not that the money, they are not looking for the money. The money is there, they do not tell it. The money have been budgeted for. What are they getting for? What are they budgeted for? So the government should just tell them, pay this money before you even talk about negotiation and look at the issue. Pay it for, let know the situation and move forward. Allow people to die. You think how many, the strike is by, you think how many minutes now?
All right.
Government should call, tell them, pay it, and we move, and we start working again. It's a simple thing. How much is the money? Allow people to die.
All right, Dr. Babajide, we'll be hopeful that something will be done between now and before Thursday. That's our hope, so that Lagosians will not in any way be stranded when it comes to getting medical attention. Especially, we understand how you feel. By the way you're talking, it really shows that you're not just bothered, but you want to see a change, and we truly understand that. But let me also ask, what is your take on the government's intervention when it comes to ensuring that our medical care system is indeed working at optimum best, at its best? Because I'm sure you're also aware that a former president died outside of the shores of Nigeria and was flown in for burial. And now here you are asking that monies that were deducted should be returned. Is there any hope in sight concerning Nigeria's healthcare system? We just want to get your thoughts on it. And now that you're struggling with all of these things, do you in some way sense that there's hope?
Thank you very much. Let us be frank and say there's no hope. Complete lot of hope. Because government are not prioritizing education and health. These are the basic things of life. What they are prioritizing, construction of roads. Something profitable, they will get money from it. Because they can't get much money from health and education. Our SCC is going down every day. It's an embarrassment for government that even if you heard the former military junta, because I don't call them president, military junta, Salah was in same London. The former president was in same London clinic. Doesn't make any sense. What the government should do is a three thing as I said. If you want a better auditing in that sector, just three things. The system, a better infrastructure system, financing of the system, good budgeting. The second one is the worker, people are providing the service, good remuneration, good condition of service, training and retraining. The third one is government cannot control one. That's the population. Population is the one that is going to receive all this. If all these two are there, the three now will not be able to appreciate it. In the sense that the only thing government can control is the two: the infrastructural development, the remuneration, the what they call human resources, in terms of their appointment. And the third one is the population. Government cannot control that one, but that one is increasing. It's natural. In order if that one is increasing natural, it's the government to think and sit down and look at the auditing of the system and make sure that the two parameters coincide with this one, and we have a good health system. Unfortunately, we don't have leadership at both federal, state, local government in terms of health sector. That's what we are feeling. Thank you.
All right. I want to say thank you so much, Chairman, Nigerian Medical Association, Lagos chapter, Dr. Saheed Babajide, for shedding more light on the current strike, which has indeed started today by resident doctors here in Lagos. We do hope that the governor will indeed take action and ensure that everything returns back to normalcy. Thank you so much for your time and thanks for talking to us. We wish you all the best.